home with the Oregonian, where we talk to some of Oregon's best people and find out how they're holding up during the pandemic. Today, our guest is Jami Curl.
Hi.
She is a candy, cookie, cake maker and the founder of Saint Cupcake and Quin Candy. Hello, Jami.
Hello, Lizzy. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to talk to Jami today. I've known about Jami for quite some time because she knows my husband, but I've never met her in real life. So I thought this would be, I mean, this isn't real life, but this is
It's like as real as it can get
it's
at this
real.
point.
Yeah, I know. Maybe someday. I was talking, the last show I did, I was talking to the person that I was interviewing, and I was like, we started the show as like, oh, it'll just be like a little bit of time while we're
Right.
under lockdown and, a fun thing to do. And now it's like half a year.
Yeah. And that's how I've approached everything, where it's like, oh, it's just a little bit of time. It's just a little bit of time.
Don't
And
worry
then
about
it's
it.
like,
Yeah.
oh, that was March. And now it's not March anymore.
I know. We're like, well, I guess we're not going to get daycare for the baby because that's not a
We're here.
possibility.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, well, I guess every week is like this, every single week.
And I have tried to really take my own advice of taking it day by day. And then it has slipped into like, let's just focus on this hour.
Right. What
How
can
we're
I
gonna
do right now?
Yeah, to make everything fine. Yep.
Yeah. I definitely was writing stories at the beginning of this, like, oh, these like really positive, like, this a lot of people have like figured out how to communicate with loved ones from a distance and it's okay. And now it's like, I just would like to see somebody close up.
Yep. And there's only so many ways you can make a Zoom call more than what it is.
Right.
Only so many ways to advise on how to do a party or a funeral or whatever it is over.
Oh God, I know.
Zoom. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I was saying to Matt like the other day, I was like, I just kind of feel like we live on a spaceship. Like it seems like we're in a spaceship. Like we can kind of like wave at other spaceships.
Yes. I might use that. That's really good. It's a pretty accurate way to describe it.
Yeah, we're on a spaceship. Well, thank you so much. And this is kind of like chat about things.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to tell you that I decided as a way to prepare for this, I made a cake, one of your cakes.
You did?
I don't have the Baking Gold cookbook, and I'm really sad that I don't, because I know that I saw a copy of it on my editor's desk right next to me, like right before this whole thing happened.
No!
And I didn't take it. I was like, oh, Jami Curl, but I didn't take it. Shoot. But yeah, if you swear they'll bleep it out in the podcast version. Don't worry about it. But yeah, now I really want the cookbook. So it was like one of the recipes that was on your blog.
Oh yeah.
And it's like a cake. It is a cake. It was super easy to do. And I truly have gained 2 pounds in the last 2 days because Matt and I
from one little cake. Wait, was it chocolate?
No, it was vanilla. And I put in lemon zest.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yum.
Okay. And we have
I could see eating it all.
Leans over our backyard. It's not ours. And I didn't cut it off earlier because I was like, I think there's gonna be blackberries on there. So
then there are
blackberries.
Right.
So good.
Oh, I'm so glad. That makes me really happy. I think that easy cake, that's the kind of the point of that book, is to try to make everything as easy as possible. And that I feel like trying to make everything easy was like a big chore to try to get everything as like not dumbed down, but just as easy and a few steps as possible and easy ingredients and that kind of thing. And then, it came out in February, just before everything shut down. And so then it was like, great, because now everybody's at home and nobody has anything. And at that time, you couldn't get flour or toilet paper. Not that there's toilet paper in the book, but it was a like sort of good timing, bad timing in the way that everything else, everything got canceled. But yes, I think that book is super fun. It makes me really happy that you made a cake.
Yeah. And I feel like it's really versatile. It seems like you could, I think maybe that's what the book's about. Since I don't have a book, I can't see it. but there's like lots of different things you can do to it.
That's the whole point of it. And you get it. Yes, exactly. Yep. Is that you can make a couple things, learn how to do some core cake recipes or like a dough or that kind of thing, and then make a ton of other stuff with it.
Yeah.
Yep. Meant to be as easy as possible. Yeah.
So delicious. And I have to say, like, we've been like, you know, we're not going to give our baby cake until her birthday, but I keep like actually giving her cake. So there's no frosting on it. So I don't feel like it's like really
exactly.
Cake, you know?
It's fine. It's like basically just food at that point, right?
Like,
baby food.
Just like lemon flour.
Does she like it?
A cup of sugar. She friggin' loves it. I can't even. There's like a couple things I can't eat. Well, it's funny because she kind of like is over baby food as a 10-month-old, as if I don't think she knows she's a baby because she doesn't see babies. Yeah. She doesn't know that there's like other small people like her.
Yeah.
So she doesn't like get it when I'm eating food and I won't give it all to her, and she'll just like that much like
oh, give it to me more.
Yeah, she really likes it. She does, and yeah, I can't say no to her. I don't. You're a mom. How old is your
he's son? 13. Yeah.
Oh my God.
His name is Theo. I know, it's so insane. It's beyond my belief that he's 13 years old and that he's taller than me is the B.
No.
Yeah, that happened. And even he was like, this is really sad. It is really sad. It makes me sad. There was like a short period of time where we could wear the same shoes, and so shoe shopping for him was super easy because I was like, well, if it's me, it'll fit him. And now that's not true, and none of it holds true anymore. But
yeah,
it's an interesting time, and to be locked up with a 13-year-old, probably same a little bit as being locked up with the baby. he can probably do a better job of telling me what he needs, but I think that it has been an interesting time for all of us to get to know each other a little better. And
you were
that at the beginning of it I was like, listen, I can't tell you what to do all day, so if you want to like be entertained or do anything other than sit here, you have to help me make a plan for yourself. And he was like, well, I want a job. And I'm like, well, you can't, you're at this point, that's not going to happen. B, you could clean the house every week. So he agreed to it, which took this like one, part of a day of cleaning off of my list. And I was like, well, how about $20 a week? And he was like, that sounds like too much. I was like, yes, you're right. That might be too much. So now I pay him $18 a week to clean the house for us, which is the best. It's so great. And it has morphed into, well, if you're cleaning the house every week, you should probably be in charge of the dishwasher every day, and you should take the trash out. So it's the dishwasher. We have some long-haired cats, and there's always cat fur everywhere. So he vacuums daily, unloads the dishwasher, and reloads it daily, and does the trash once a week, in addition to the one day of the week where
he's still only getting paid $18. Do you have a Facebook account? I've just like I should talk to him. Also, maybe a message on Facebook next.
Oh yeah,
I would like to know how to get. I mean, I know 10-month-old's not gonna be able to clean the house, but
not yet. Okay. Not yet. You should start planning now. Yeah, I don't know how, but I somehow when he was really little, I told him that when we were at the hospital when he was a tiny baby that they gave me a book of rules that moms have to follow. So I never put the rules on him. I was like, listen, if you break the rules, then I'm in big trouble. So that's how I got him. That's how I got him to stay in bed at night. But that ended up backfiring on me because even when he was like 10 years old, he would yell, "Mom," in the middle of the night because he needed to go to the bathroom or whatever.
Oh, no. So he didn't want you to get in trouble.
Yeah. Which is A, so sad, and B, not good because it was like 10 whole years of waking up in the middle of the night every night. But now he's over it. He just takes care of himself, thank goodness. He would like call me to let me know he was going to get out of bed.
Don't worry about it. I also have already, like a long time ago, decided that I wanted your son to maybe like mentor Nona because I heard about his Halloween costume.
Oh yeah, he dressed up as Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek, which was the best. And he had when she ran for the episodes where she ran for town council, he had a Moira Rose for town council sign that he held, like whole black and white outfit, perfect wig. glasses, a big like accessories, jewelries, and he looked just like her. And on Halloween, he didn't go trick-or-treating with his friends. He just wanted to be like Moira Rose on his own. So we went around our neighborhood, and at several houses, the people who answered the door didn't give him candy because they thought he was the mom of the other kids who at the door with him. And then he spent like half the night explaining to our older neighbors who he was. I mean, it was like one of those things where it's like if you don't know, then you really don't know. But it was a good time. So good.
I am just truly obsessed with him. I've never met him, and maybe when this pandemic ends, I know what his current weekly rate is. I feel like I could pay him more than that to babysit.
Oh, he would do it. Like, he loves little babes. He would do it. He'd do a good job.
Needs to get to know this. He needs to really inspire her future because I don't know. She's headed down a good path now that I'm giving her cake all the time she asks. I taught her the sign for milk, which is pretty gross. It's gross, but when she does it, it's just like
it's so cute. Yeah,
it's so cute. But she's like drunk with power, absolutely drunk with power. She does it all the time. Like
she can communicate. It's like the key.
Yeah. And she's so thrilled. I pick her up. She's like, "Oh, I get to," and she'll like nurse for half a second, and then.
Right, of course. Yeah. But she's like, she knows now that if you ignore it, that goes against the whole reason you taught her how to communicate in the first place. So she's
exactly.
Like, listen, Mom.
Yeah. She's so smart. Like, I know that it's just a human thing to be this smart, but it's like she knows exactly how to get our attention. And the other day I was like not paying attention for like, 12 seconds. And in the living room, there's like a lamp, big, like a standing lamp, and she pulled it down on herself. And she was fine, but she was freaked out, screaming and crying. And I was like, great, well now she learned. She doesn't want to pull it down anymore. And now she just goes straight for it. It's just
like it's the opposite actually, because you came right over.
I kind of love this. Turns out, like,
oh my gosh. And if you were gone from home, you'd be missing all this. That's one thing I keep trying to think about is that it's pretty
crazy. Yeah, it's like I don't know. She would be in daycare like all the time. I would never get to see. I mean, not never, but it's like I'm commuting, so we probably like 2 hours a day.
Yep. Did you hear that? Something just fell in my house. I think it was either a cat or a human. Sorry. But yeah, I think it's true that there are like bright sides to it, to be able to be around the people that you love, hopefully choose to be around. It's kind of nice. I mean, I
actually love them.
I miss regular hangs big time, but for the most part, I guess it's okay.
Right. Yeah.
And we've like cycled through everything. We rearranged the living room. We took all the art from the whole house and like made a gallery wall. We have like done every dang thing you can think to. Like, I was like, you know what? I might try now plants. Like I have never I've never been successful with a plant ever. And now I'm like, I can look at it's growing. And I just
you're home. Yep. Well, this is, I'm sure that nobody really wants to hear about this, but I'm like really proud of it. So I got Nona like a potty because she's 10 months old.
Yeah.
She's too young.
She's also smart though.
And also like I'm with her 100% of the time, especially on 2 days a week. My parents watch her. The other days it's like Matt has calls for work all day. So I'm like just me and Nona. So she comes with me to the bathroom. So I was like, well, at least I'd give her a place to sit instead of just like messing with stuff and like eating feminine products. So we got it in the mail, put her on it, and she peed in it immediately. Yes.
She did. Yeah, she did.
She does. She's doing for peeing on me and whatever. She's not like potty trained, but she loves peeing in this thing. And I'm like, if I wasn't home, we wouldn't be playing this fun game of like try to potty train the 10-month.
And you're like on your way there already. I mean, that's good. That's good.
I'm stoked on it. She loves it.
Yeah.
And
she's like, I'll do this all day. Yeah, I'm sure. It's adorable.
I was like, I just feel bad for her because she hates diapers. I would hate diapers too. I'm sure I hate it.
Definitely.
What a nightmare.
Ew. right? Just get this thing off of me as fast as possible. That's a good way to say it. Yeah. It's a good way. I think that there's like that thing where people are like, oh, if you stop, using a pull-up or a diaper, you get to wear these fancy underwear. And I'm like, I would, any alternative.
Naked is
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't need your days of the week underwear. I just don't want to wear this diaper. That's me in the mind of a baby.
I would 100% agree. I mean, it's like, especially if you're a baby who never sees other babies, so you don't know about babies, you're probably like, why do I have to do this?
Yep. You guys don't do this.
Clearly, you guys aren't doing it.
Yeah. Hopefully that's not exactly how the thinking goes this early, but who knows?
No, you just never know, because all she can do is say, but she also can say "bah" for bye, and she's like, she can kind of say owl and book and goat.
Oh, book is good.
Yeah,
That's
she
good.
likes books a lot.
Thank
I
goodness.
do wonder, like, well, I guess for a 13-year-old, your life is so social. That must be hard. Like to not have.
Yeah. There's a lot of FaceTiming and Zoom friend hangs that happen. And they go for hours, and it's just hours of hearing him laughing from his room. And so I don't know what
I'm glad he's laughing.
Yeah. And then I know he goes to the art school that's in Beaverton, ACMA, and he is super into theater and that kind of stuff. So I know he's working on a script with a couple of friends that they're planning to do. So it's like he started a blog. He's so funny. He's like, what do you do? Like, I just want to write something. Maybe I'll write a blog. And so then he started a blog, which is really hilarious, and on Tumblr. He's on Tumblr. So
that's great.
Yeah. So I think that in addition to cleaning the house, he's got his like friend hangs that he does, and then I don't know. And the other thing is that he got out of bed about 10 minutes before this started. And so half the day is already over.
Yeah.
And then I'm still like at around 9 o'clock, I'm like, I think it's bedtime.
I don't know. Like, Nona gets well, I'm really bad. We sleep trained her, and then like I emotionally could not handle it anymore.
It's so hard.
So hard. And I know that some babies are just like they're into it, but she's very willful. Like the first night we did it, she cried for 233 minutes.
You counted them?
Yes, we counted them because
you cried the whole time.
I was crying.
Yeah. That was so sad.
And then even Matt, who's much like stronger than me, he got to a point where like, I can't do it. So basically I wake up a million times in the night. But putting her to bed at like 7 is, that's like finally after 7, from 7 to 9, like I love being with my baby, but it's nice to just like, she's safe over there. We can watch something on TV.
Just like not have to think about it for a second, which is nice. That little mini break. You need those, I think, in order to be cool the rest of the time. You have to have those little breaks.
It's so all consuming. I think that's like nobody really, I mean, obviously people probably told me that before having a baby, but like it's like there isn't a break from being like, well, it's my responsibility to keep this person alive.
Yep. No.
And I wonder if that goes on for the whole time. I say this from my parents' house. I wonder if they would just be they're still sort of like keeping me alive. So
yeah. I mean, 13 years going strong over here of like never ending thinking about it. And it might be like a mom thing too.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like, or like my personality is slightly OCD about some things. And I think it definitely has carried over to being someone's parent for sure.
Oh yeah. I know that your brain like actually changes, but I could tell. Like I was like suddenly like I see a knife and I'm like, oh hello, there's a little person crawling over here. You're about to meet her. Come over here, Nona. She's crawling a lot, very fast. She can almost walk. Are you gonna?
She's got places to go.
She climbed up the stairs from the basement all by herself. Apparently, I think my mom was there though. Like, was Grandma with you? Do you want to meet Jamie? Oh, did you have a good nap?
Oh my goodness! at you. Hello.
Hey, do you say hi? Oh, how big is Nona? So big, so big. Last time she wants to get to. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Do you want to use the computer?
You want to get to the computer, and I'm not letting you have the computer.
Oh,
That's okay. Can you say hi to Jamie? Yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah. I don't want you to get the computer because you're gonna knock it over, and we're in the middle of something. Okay. She's just gonna play with my AirPods. That's probably fine. Oh, that's just the container. Well, haven't asked you literally any of my general questions, but I think that's okay. I guess I'll ask you like a couple of them.
Okay.
What have you bought anything crazy? Have you bought anything like totally for during lockdown? These are like anything that was just like I would never have bought this, but
well, I'm looking around here thinking. I don't know that I have. I think as soon as the lockdown happened, I started panicking about money. And so then I was like, let's not buy anything.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Ever again.
We have enough toilet paper, okay? Yeah. We will use what we have.
Yes. Maybe one thing that I did that was a little bit over the top and in line with my OCD is that when paper towels became scarce, I was like, I'll just get all these paper towels or those unpaper towels. Look at her, what a good drinker. So I bought a ton of reusable paper towels.
And I what are reusable paper towels? That's amazing.
They're just like cotton squares that I just keep in a stack where I would keep the paper towels, and then I put them in a washer to wash them. And so then we stopped using paper towels because of it. But really then I was like, okay, we have 24 of these. Do you know what we could use? 64 more. I mean, like, so stupid.
Probably have
so
enough.
Stupid. Yeah, but other than that, I haven't really. I got so worried about the future once this all started that I was like, let's not buy anything, nothing at all. Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah. Not that I didn't think about buying all kinds of things, but yeah.
Yeah. That's probably for the best.
I guess. I don't know.
Well,
what did you buy?
We didn't buy anything too crazy. We bought a exercise bike. I think that's the biggest thing that we bought, and it was like the best possible purchase. It's like the only. It's keeping us totally sane, I think.
Yeah. I will tell you that if I didn't already have one, that is exactly what I would have done. Yeah, exactly.
I highly recommend it to anybody because it's just like I can watch True Blood, ride the exercise bike, and I'm totally
what else
alone.
do you need? Everything's fine.
And Matt doesn't have to even think about watching True Blood.
You don't have to do this with me. I'll do this by myself.
Right, it's perfect. We'll watch Mad Men together. We're rewatching Mad Men. Oh, that's another one. What have you watched anything? What are you watching right now?
I watched Babysitter's Club on Netflix, which is
oh my gosh,
so
that's what
good.
I was supposed to watch to talk to you about it.
You're gonna have to watch it anyway because it is a gift that continues to. I have just finished watching it for the third time. There's only 10 episodes. It's not a huge commitment, but it's so sweet and so good. And I think that it taps into my for some reason, and I think I'm not alone. This whole experience has made me super nostalgic for not a long time ago, but like the 90s, late 90s.
Right? Yeah.
Just a little time ago. Just a little. And the Babysitter's Club is of today, but it has these amazing sort of, it harkens back to the 90s when those books were out in the best possible way. It's pretty good. It's really sweet.
I read a lot of Babysitter's Club books.
I can't believe you haven't watched it. You have to see what they do with Dawn and all the characters and how they make it apply to today. And I think it was the woman who is the showrunner for Glow is the person that did this show, did Babysitter's Club. So it's really good. It's really good. It's really good. Yeah. And then I watched really late to the game, but I watched this Dirty John, which was
I haven't watched it. I listened to the podcast.
And it has what's her name from Friday Night Lights in it. The
Connie Britton.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Holy cow! That after I don't know, it was Double Dirty John with the podcast plus the show, and then I have been trying to read more than watch TV, and I've been
really
trying
good.
to read more than look at like the news on the internet, because that is just, you get nowhere with that.
I hated
So,
that. I mean, are you successful? What are you reading? Are you reading anything good?
well, um, I just read the book I'm looking at my books right now to tell you about it. I am reading right now a book called Unacceptable or Unaccepted, one of those, and it's about that scam of the college, like paying to get into college with all those
Oh,
celebrity people. It's like the
really?
reporters, yeah, the reporters
I
who
love that
wrote
story.
those stories. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really interesting to
yeah.
see just how above the rules people believe that they are, which I think applies to a lot of things that are going on in the world right now. And then it also really is an interesting thing to read as a parent, because of the way that these people just didn't believe that their kids could do it on their own. And that part is mind blowing
So
to me.
sad.
And it feeds
Yeah.
into, like, I love thinking about teams
Mhm.
and when teams break down, what happens. And like, there's so many things that you can trace back to, like the breakdown of a team and something terrible happened. Even like
Yeah.
Deepwater Horizon, that giant
Oh, yeah.
oil rig explosion was just because teamwork broke down. Everybody had an ego. Nobody did what they were supposed to do because they didn't want to admit that they couldn't, blah, blah.
Oh
And
my gosh.
and it's pretty much the same thing with this.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, it's a pretty good book.
Oh, that sounds really good. I love that
It's,
story because, I mean, obviously it's terrible, but, like, sometimes there's stories of, like, rich people, really rich people getting sort of a little bit of comeuppance where nobody dies,
yep. Right,
nobody
exactly. Yeah,
it's like
it's not, or
yeah,
like entire futures. It's not Enron where entire futures were destroyed. It's not
right,
like people getting sick or like making these
right,
decisions where people in the end are going to get killed or whatever. But yeah, you're
right.
right. I mean, there's some people in that story who paid like over $1 million to get one child into Stanford.
Amazing.
Crazy.
Crazy. And then they probably had to pay to go to Stanford too.
Yeah, because it's not after that. It's not. Yeah, and it was all like people just lying that I'm on the sailing team or I was an all-star soccer player, and you've never played soccer a day in your life. It's all like crazy lies. Anyway,
Oh my
money,
gosh,
lies.
yeah,
Oh.
money, lies, everything. Did you watch one thing that we watched a while ago was that HBO documentary about the McMillions, the McDonald's,
Yes.
that
Yes.
was
Yes.
unreal.
So good.
That was
So
good.
good.
That's like that kind of story. Though people did get their lives basically ruined by those scammers.
Yep.
So that was really sad, but like,
Sad.
yeah, nobody really died, right? So I like before I got pregnant last time, 'cause whatever, I had a miscarriage, whatever. Before that, I was
Yeah.
really into very like dark stuff, and I feel like since that I've been like, I don't want it to be that dark.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't want
exactly. Yep, it's too
like
much. It's too
yeah,
much. And that's why I haven't watched a ton of shows, because I turn it on and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to watch someone get killed or like whatever. I guess
right.
I did watch all of the Unsolved Mysteries, the new ones that were on Netflix.
Okay.
But some of the shows I'm like, I can't, like, we tried to watch Bloodline, and I think, is that on Netflix?
I think so. I feel like I've seen like a couple episodes,
Friday
but
Night Lights guy is in that show.
oh
And then
yes, yes.
the gal who was in Freaks and Geeks is in it too. Linda, what's her name? Anyway,
Oh, Linda
Cardellini.
Cardellini. That's the
Yeah.
one that the other one I really couldn't watch was the oh my gosh, it's a Netflix show with Linda Cardellini and the blonde Christina Applegate, maybe. And
Oh, something again, or with the lady, her husband dies.
yeah,
That one.
yes.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it
I
either.
started
No.
it. I was watching it on the airplane, I think. Going like I downloaded. I was like, "This is new." Was obviously long ago because we
Right.
were on an airplane somewhere,
On a plane.
and I was just like, what? No,
Can't do it.
this is not
Can't do it.
entertainment."
Yeah, no. Too
But
much.
yeah, I guess things change. I guess your tastes change, but I think Babysitter's Club would be good.
It is the perfect thing. It'll
Okay.
make you feel so good.
Okay,
It's
I'm
so
gonna
good.
say also maybe Matt. I can convince Matt to watch it too. Like,
Oh yeah.
you like
I
it.
mean,
He thinks you're
oh
cool.
yeah.
So.
It well, I mean, yeah. I've told a lot of people to watch it. Theo has watched it 2 times with me. And so, there's that. He's like, this is so cute.
Best friends.
I know, it's going to be wonderful. And then there's a follow-up episode afterward about Claudia Kishi, because she was the Japanese, the Japanese girl in the books.
And I've read all of
it's so good, because they talk to a sort of a core group of people who sort of reflect back on what it was like to see themselves in a book at that time. And it's just so good. And like the jobs that they have, it's just the cutest. Yeah. So after you watch it all, then find the Claudia Kishi special. It's like 15 minutes of just pure love.
Okay. Oh, well, Nona's upset over there. But okay, so let me just, I guess maybe, did you see them? I don't know. They're my whole family around here. Anyway, well, thank you so much for talking to me today.
Thanks for having me.
Jami, where can people find your work if they are interested? Which they will be.
You can, wherever you get your books, you can find Candy is Magic and Baking Gold. So that could be Powell's, it could be bookshop.org. I have a website too that has links to bookshop.org on it, which is jamicurl.com. But just where you like to buy books.
Yeah. I recommend you get that book, because I think I got to get it, because that cake is so good. The cake is so good.
And you can make a coffee cake with it. You can make like fruit like you did. It does all kinds of stuff. Yep.
Yeah. Except that I need to have more than 2 people eating it. 2 and a quarter people eating it.
That's why I haven't been baking a lot, is because who needs a whole cake or a pie or all these cookies around?
That's the one question I was going to ask you. Like, what have you been? I've been baking a lot. Matt actually is like, you need to like maybe cut it down to 1 treat a week, because so
too many treats.
Baker, but like I love treats.
Yeah, I love the treats too. I love them too much.
It's a nice change to just like use your hands and create something that's like
get away from a computer, go into the kitchen, make something good. Yep.
I'm gonna get that. Like that. Baking Gold, I highly recommend it. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, even this person who's sending us lots of angry messages on Facebook. Our show is streamed whenever we feel like it on Facebook Live and on YouTube, and you can follow the Oregonian there on YouTube to make sure you see every episode, and it's also available as a podcast. So probably tomorrow or the next day you can listen to this as a podcast.
Magic.
And you can find that at oregonlive.com/podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Lizzy Acker. Wash your hands, wear a mask, so we can all go back to school. Bye. Thanks.
Bye.